Hi, everybody, we're live, and look at me and all my energy. Isn't that nice? And I am home, but I don't look too bad though. I look pretty good today. And I'm home, which is great. It's so nice to be home. My wife says she loves when I'm around. Now, to be clear, she doesn't want me in the same room with her, really, or to talk to her or bug her. She just likes that I'm in a different room, ready for any task she needs me. So, oh, wait, got to get coffee. Start the show.
Okay.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian Lawrence Thomas, plus funny songs from Andy Corwin and a Patty Melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Well, good. Well, that was brewed, and I got that for her, and she is fine. Welcome, everyone, to the Virtual Comedy Show. I am Brad Tassell, and woke as ever. I'm woke. I'm the wokest guy in the room. We're always excited to have my partner and cohort, Steve Goodie, making the whole thing run right. And of course, everyone's favorite comedian and truth teller, Patti Vasquez.
Yes.
We have a superior show tonight with comedian and landowner Lawrence Thomas. How much land do you own, Lawrence?
It's like 1 acre, maybe.
Ooh.
A quarter of an acre.
That's right. But it's in Los Angeles. It's in California, so it's
Wow.
$4 million
It's like
1 acre.
10
And of course, musical genius, comedy pal, and movie editor Andy Corwin. Everybody, yay!
Ooh.
Plus, we might have a special guest to be named later, so that's kind of fun.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about what I'm amazed about, the current controversy that is overtaking the internet with fear and crazy misinformation, and that is that parents are angry and surprised that their 7-year-old was traumatized after the movie Wicked wasn't a Disney princess film. Have you seen it? You're like, what happened? Ariana Grande in a pink dress, and my kid is worried. They thought they were going to see Moana, and they saw Moana. I think that's the porn version. Moana. They thought they were going to, yes. So, and now after 20 plus years, though, who doesn't know the plot of Wicked? Anybody? I mean, it's crazy. It's not sexual or violent like the book is. And I think and it's okay for kids, isn't it? I've seen the musical, right? Is the movie not? I mean, I took my 2-year-old to see it in Chicago with Anna Gasteyer, and we were just worried that maybe she wouldn't be able to sing. And she did Martha Stewart, which was weird for Elphaba. But I do, although I have to tell you this, one night my wife and I were at a Broadway show. I had seen the show before and the movie and had memorized the soundtrack, but she had never seen it. So my wife has no working knowledge of the show, says right before curtain, we should have brought our daughter, who was 9 at the time, to the show. And anyone want to guess what that show was?
Frozen.
Hair.
No.
Yep. Her knowledge of the show was the song Aquarius. That's all she knew. Which is the first song in the show. So the second song, or seconds after that, when sodomy flew by, changed your mind, which was all cemented at the intermission when the entire cast came on stage naked. That really brought and you could tell that they wanted to be the 60s, because I think they told them not to shave or manscape for about 6 months. So you saw, it was hard to see through the bushes, is what I'm saying. So she kind of walked back her incitement for our kid to see the show. Luckily, though, we were all in New York City 2 years later for my daughter's 11th birthday, and we took her to Caligula. So because that's really gross. Okay. All right. Well, I wrote some things. Let's see how that goes. Matt Gaetz will not be Attorney General, and he's also not going back to Congress. So what's he doing? Do we know? Right out of the George Santos book, he's doing personal messages on Cameo, everybody.
God, really?
I can't wait to see what Jimmy Kimmel does with that. But $500. It's $500. For $500, Gates will give career advice, holiday wishes, and will tell your 15-year-old where to meet him after gym class. I feel sometimes like we're beating a dead horse with a stick.
A little.
I'll go ahead and beat him some more.
That's right. Well, that's why he should go to jail. I think he was beating some horses. All right.
Nah.
Hey, The Comedian is an artwork that just sold for $6.2 million at Sotheby's auction. It is a
Banana?
It is a banana duct taped to a wall. And it only comes with one banana and one piece of duct tape for $6.2 million and a card that tells you when to change the banana. And there were multiple bidders into the millions. I feel horrible that all the other bidders didn't win. So I'm saying right now, contact me. And for $2.4 million, you can have my masterwork, a kiwi stapled to a hat rack. I think that's if you can staple a kiwi.
It would be difficult. But, hey.
It would be difficult to stay. That'd be a thick staple, wouldn't it? Maybe a nail. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that somebody thought of that and they got $6.2 million. I'm proud of it. I'm not mad at it. Hey, the most dangerous job in the world is, they just did a big study, is
Crab fishing.
Logging.
Really?
Which is such an important lesson. Make sure you have enough fiber in your diet.
Ooh.
If you're gonna be logging.
Yeah.
Oh, that was rough.
Jeez. Oh man.
I know. But you know what's sad? That's my favorite joke.
That is sad.
I'm so happy with that joke. Donald Trump Jr. was caught on camera putting his finger in his pocket and then rubbing that finger all over his mouth
Oh gee.
and his gums, which means little Donnie is either still doing coke, or it's 1982 and he's auditioning for Miami Vice. I don't know which one it is. Did y'all see that, by the way, him doing that?
Yep.
Oh.
If that's not doing coke, he was doing coke. That's all there is to it. You know what? At this point, I don't think he cares. I'm just going to do coke. What's going to happen? I get pardoned. It doesn't matter. Jaguar. That's what they call it in England. Jaguar
it's
has
not.
changed its
Jaguar.
famous icon.
Jaguar.
That's right. Yeah, see, we got Scotland. We got double Scotland in here, or Ireland. I don't know. Esme, where's Esme from?
England.
England. Sorry.
Somewhere.
Well, it's all the UK. England took over. All right. Jaguar, as we say in the real world, has changed its famous icon, the Jaguar logo, to two J's inversed. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Man, that's going to look beautiful on their bankruptcy documents.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, the vice president of the Philippines, Sarah Duterte. I should have found out how to say her name. Do y'all know her? Duarte. Is that how it is?
Yes,
Yeah,
Duarte.
By the way, she threatened to assassinate President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and his wife. Wow. After the threat, authorities will make sure to keep a special eye on Kamala Harris. Vice president. Okay. Hey, that actor Jesse Smollett, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Smollett. Was convicted in 2019 for a hate crime hoax where he hired two men to wear MAGA hats and attack him, and it's been overturned.
Really?
What?
Yep. There was an immediate backlash from conservatives who said not only should the charges be reinstated, but it's not fair that he also gets a Golden Globe for best performance. He not won a Golden Globe for that. He was good at it. And another crazy, this one's wild. Did you know this? A former TV anchor and her husband have been indicted by the U.S. Justice Department for a scheme to fraudulently obtain COVID-19 relief money, $300 million in profits.
Ooh.
They founded fake businesses, fabricated payroll for non-existent employees, fake tax records, all to obtain large loans for themselves. They also charge clients large fees to submit fake loans to the PPP. And again, $300 million in profits. They're now under arrest and waiting for their court date and to see what cabinet position Trump offers them. That's going to be a great 4 years, isn't it?
Yes.
No.
Great for comedians.
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Is that Elena?
No.
Hey, Elena?
It's KO. Hey.
Oh, KO. Sorry.
Hey, Kale.
Hi, Kale.
I can't see you, and you sound a little the same.
Sorry.
Logistics company DHL crashed one of its cargo planes near the Vilnius airport in Lithuania.
Mm.
The
Wow.
plane hit the ground and skidded into a house.
Ooh.
Luckily, no one in the house was injured, but the plane did cause a lot of damage, and it drank the family's milk right out of the jug. That's the worst thing you can do in a house.
I bet you had 60 punchlines, and that's the one.
I
Yes.
had 25 punchlines, and that one made me giggle. And none of the other ones, just the drinking the.
Yeah.
Hey, like Barbenheimer, Wicked, and Gladiator 2 have fans coming to both and calling the combo Glicked or Glicked. Which is it?
Lick it.
Glicked? I tried to get my version in first, Gladicked, but everyone calls it or Gladicked. I don't know. The films are both very popular. And pardon the pun, run reviewer gush, so many gay lions.
Oh.
What's a gay? They both have lions, and
Yes.
lions can be gay. You know? Okay. Bill Clinton told Kelly and Mark on Live his grandkids call him Pop Pop. Isn't that sweet?
Aw.
Yeah, which is super sweet and a departure from the old days when the interns called him Poke Poke. So that's
And he drank all the family's milk.
out of the jug.
Out of the jug.
He's a jug drinker. Damn it. Nothing worse than that. Hey, a classic when my daughter was growing up were Lunchables. Hey, I bet,
Oh, yeah.
Chuck, you ate some Lunchables in your time. Maybe.
I believe Chuck still eats them.
Little trays separated of cheese and meat, and they're suffering large sales slumps.
Aw.
Yet the parent company, Heinz, says they're going to have to take a drastic step to bring sales back up, with one company executive saying, "We need to take the unheard of measure and make Lunchables with actual food."
Ah,
Oh.
Dad.
There goes my graham crackers.
That's right, not just the sawdust and dirt that they've been using. Local news from right here where I am. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear selected the first businesses to receive medical cannabis dispensary licenses in the state of Kentucky.
Wow.
The first 36 applicants were selected by lottery after they showed financial statements, proof they can follow regulations, and the most badass brownie recipe ever. You got to have some good brownies to do that.
Very good.
Hey, look, only one more page.
All right.
All right.
A Canadian grandmother of 12 broke her second world record by doing 1,575 push-ups in 60 minutes.
Wow.
Dang.
Donna Jean Wild, 59, beat the record with 17 minutes to spare.
Whoa.
I know, she said the hardest part was keeping up the pace. And the easiest part was she was boxing Mike Tyson at the time.
Now that I would love to see.
Beat him and got the push-ups in.
It was a total KO. Thanks,
That's
KO.
You're welcome.
Hey, it's total KO.
Mhm.
Wild's first record, her first record, Guinness World Book record, was doing a plank for 4 hours and 30 minutes and 11 seconds.
Good God.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Staying stiff as a board for long periods of time took training and concentration, and also why her husband left her.
Ooh.
I should trim the beard. Okay. The word of the year for 2024 is
Moose.
demure.
Oh,
Demure.
You
Demure.
haven't seen that? Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
yeah, I know what you mean.
After seeing endless poorly done videos using the word in the last 7 days alone, the new word of the week is block. Let me tell you. All right. And lastly, Thanksgiving is the busiest time of year. A flight attendants group has come out with tips for flying in the busy season, like leaving a day buffer and bringing snacks for kids. But there are some little known pieces of advice that can save you money, time, and headache. Number one, if you're flying the day before Thanksgiving, get to the airport. Well, it's too late. Stay home. Number two, if you're Ubering to the airport, getting dropped off at a hotel near the airport can be a lot cheaper. Then check in the hotel, call your family, say, whoops. Save headaches. And the number three way to save money and time this holiday on travel, call your dad on Wednesday before you leave and tell him how he voted and it was stupid. And then you get to stay home. Okay, I thought number two was the funniest. Steve,
That's great. Tassell. Everybody agrees. That's very
I
funny.
like this outfit too.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Not everybody can pull off flowery tie and plaid shirt at the same time, but you make it work.
It's not. It's Klimt. It's the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're on a window and a screen to me. That was great.
All right. Yay.
Hey, before you go, let's all once again for real say happy birthday to our friend Jeff Morris. Hey, Jeff.
Happy
Morris.
birthday!
Birthday, Jeff.
We don't know how old he is, but we do know that he's Dr. Demento's archivist, which means that he eats free at any Jack in the Box. So that's
That's right.
fun.
And he's going to McDonald's for his birthday.
Actually, no, I believe you really should go to TGI Fridays because, as you know, I used to work there, and as you further know, I got fired from there for singing the following song, which I sing every couple of weeks when somebody has a birthday. So let's get it over with. Everybody ready for Jeff?
Yeah.
We celebrate your birthday, even if you don't. We're glad you're getting older, because when you're dead, you won't. Hey! You want the rest of it?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so happy birthday from everyone you know. Now we will light the candles and birthday boy you. Blow! Happy birthday, Jeff. Thanks for being part of our world.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
One of the few people I got email from you for like 10 years before I knew you, which was cool. And I didn't ask not to get it either because you're the archivist. So, all right, it's top 10 time. So let's do this. If I can find the button. As you may recall, if you've been watching this show, and why were you? 3 weeks ago, today was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
Today is the 46th anniversary of my bar mitzvah. That's right. Do the math.
Wow.
46 years ago, I turned 13 and became a man. So,
You're still a child, but you're a man.
I just because I'm wearing my pajamas to work does not mean that doesn't matter. Trying to say, I don't know if you're all familiar with what a bar mitzvah is, but in the Jewish tradition, when a boy or now girl becomes 13, they have a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah. They read portions from the Torah and they say prayers. And then there's this big lunch and they get $1 billion in gifts and trees are planted somewhere else. That's how that works. And I remember it like it was yesterday. So tonight's top 10 category, top 10 memories from Steve's bar mitzvah exactly 46 years ago. Number 10. Uncle Louie teaching an uninvited Adam Sandler a couple of guitar chords.
Oh, cool.
That was so weird. We just thought he was obnoxious, and it turns out we were right. Number 9. My little brother dancing the hora too close to Great Aunt Myrtle and getting 2 arm-flat black eyes. Arm-flap black eyes. I said it wrong. 2 arm-flap black eyes. It's hard to say and harder to think about. Number 8. My delight that while I was reading the Torah, I was also writing a scandalous parody of Hava Nagila in my head, which I sang later that night, giving my grandmother a stroke.
Severe or mini?
She recovered. That's the important thing. Number
That's
7.
good.
Being convinced by the rabbi that becoming a man doesn't necessarily involve my voice changing for another 2 years. Number 6. Being convinced by my mom that becoming a man can include wetting the bed for another 15 years.
That's true.
Fine, and I'm working through it. Number 5. Learning it's not funny to order a BLT at a bar mitzvah lunch. Number 4. And learning that maybe, as I finish reading my Torah portion, it was a mistake to genuflect. Number 3. And then dropping to my knees and yelling, "Thank you, Jesus!" Top 10 memories from Steve's bar mitzvah exactly 46 years ago today. Number 2. Watching Uncle Louie and Adam Sandler drinking matzo ball soup out of a yarmulke and really impressing the shiksas. And you can Google that
every
word.
time.
Number 1 memory from my bar mitzvah exactly 46 years ago today. Finding out that $50 isn't enough to get the rabbi to wrap the whole thing up with uppity, 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 uppity. That's all, folks.
Hey, what is thank you, Jesus in Yiddish?
I really don't know.
Also,
guess
Steve,
somebody
your
should look
mic
that
is
up.
suddenly a lot quieter than
Yes, you went off the side a little bit.
Yeah, your mic
sure.
got real quiet.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Is it quiet now?
it still is. Something's going on.
I don't know. I
It's
didn't
not
change it.
quiet.
Everybody else
I
is
can
louder
hear
than
it
me.
easy.
I
Then
heard
you're
it,
all
but you were
crazy.
kind of like off the mic, though.
Well, I bring up Patty. You figure that out.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Hello, microphone. Have you moved? No.
Hear you fine.
Hi, Patty. How
Patty.
loud are you?
I don't know. How loud do I sound? Am I okay?
Fantastic. And that hair is
Fantastic.
going. You
Ooh,
are
that
doing
hair,
something.
it's something.
Wow.
Yeah, woo.
It's so
Yeah.
short.
Did you get a cut?
12 inches.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I want your hairdo, Patty.
What was that?
I want your hairdo.
I have a comb in, so I donate about I basically just harvest my hair now. I donate my hair every couple of years to a organization that makes wigs for kids who lose their hair to alopecia or cancer or other autoimmune.
That's great.
You ever worry,
Nice.
Patty? Here's a worry. You ever worry that you're going to give your hair to some kid? They're going to commit some really big crime,
Right?
and then
Hey, I have more stories to tell from behind bars.
that's right.
Oh,
That'll be great. Man, that'll be some serious melting.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's do this thing.
Yep.
Any second now.
It's time for a Patty Melt with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, to folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patty Melt
From behind bars.
You know, I am kind of amazed that with the crazy things that happen in my life that I haven't been arrested at some point, because I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am pretty much always living at the surface. Like whatever emotions I have, I don't have a poker face. I don't have I get along in certain situations, but I'm just going to say the last 8 or 9 years have been a little bit rough, a little bit taxing on my soul. And for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know that I had some really, I just had a very good friend of mine passed away on Thursday. And on Tuesday, I learned I had been traveling to Los Angeles a few times over the last year to help with errands for my friend Kristen McAllister and with treatments. And I found out last Tuesday that they had decided that they were going to let her go. And it was just too much on her. She wasn't responding to the treatment that had spread. And I'm carrying all this grief and then all the rage from the last couple of weeks of this election. Long story short, I just want to tell my friends on this show, I think it's everybody performing tonight. If I'm not saying you by name, I don't mean you, but white dudes are pissing me off. And look, I'm married to a white dude. I have half white dude sons. My dad was a white dude, but he was problematic. Long story, some other time. But at any rate, I have so much rage. I can't even begin to tell you. Not just because it's half the American.
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Oh, no.
White dudes have stepped in and frozen Patty. That's
I can't explain how much. Anyway, So after I find out that my friend is no longer going to be able to get treatments, that they've decided to keep her comfortable and let her pass, comfortably, I had a dentist appointment. Like what? And like the universe is so cruel. Like I'm going to go and sit in a chair and feel vulnerable and in pain with something I hate, which is fine. Okay, fine. I have the appointment. I'm going to go do it. And for those of you who don't live in Chicago, we used to have parking meters where you physically had to put quarters into it. And like, let's say you were a bartender and you were working a double shift. You had to go out every 2 to 4 hours and keep putting quarters in the meters in the 90s and early aughts until our mayor, Rahm Emanuel, sold them to a Chinese company for billions of dollars for 75 years. And we spent all that money in 2. And the only good thing that came from that was we can use an app to keep replenishing the money on the parking spot. So I parked at my dentist's office. I stepped into the street because maybe I actually no longer know how I can't read anything anymore. I can't read things far away or close. I don't have the glasses to do everything anymore. So I stepped into the street, moved a couple of cars down to see the numbers for the zone that I was going to park in. And a guy came up from behind me yelling at me and goes, "Can I help you with something?" Like I was in a hardware store and I didn't know how all these big, powerful tools work. Like that's how he is. Like I didn't belong there and he was going to give me direction. And I was so thrown off by the tone, by the friggin' whiteness of this 60-year-old dude with the creepiest silver blue eyes, like just intensely like, "Can I help you with something?" And I just turned around, I'm like, I didn't say anything. I just turned around and looked at him. I was like, and he says this, he goes, "You're standing by my car." And I go, "Am I standing by your parking sign?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's paid meters." And I go, I didn't say anything actually. I mean, not in that moment. Maybe as I turned around, walked away. Wait, did I already tell the story here? I feel like I did.
No,
did I
you
not?
No.
Okay, good. It's so intense, right? Because it was Tuesday. So I maybe, as I walked away, yelled over my shoulder without turning around that he resembled a male body part. And I continued into the dentist's office, and I actually told the girls at the desk. I was rattled, but I was like, it was so out of context. I don't even know like what. Can I help you with something? I was standing by his car. I don't understand any of it. So I told the girls behind the desk, I just had an altercation outside. I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. I know I'm a couple minutes late for my appointment. I come back out, you guys, and of course he was. Of course he was in the waiting room. And in my mind, I was thinking, did he follow me in? But I also intuitively knew he was also coming to the dentist's office, right? I figured as much. But he was standing on the inside of the lobby. There's a door, and I'm towards the bathroom. And he gives me this gesture like, "After you." As though this is some sort of chivalrous moment after he was a male body part a minute ago. And it was such a like, "After you." Like it was implied. And you know what I did? I did the same thing. I'm like, "No, you." And we stood there, both with our hands out, like, "No, after you." With the implied FUs just drenching the room. You could feel it. You could feel there are people here. We can't make a bigger scene because we're both insane. And we both knew it. But we were digging in. We were like, "No, I'm going to stick with the crazy because you're crazy." And I could and by the way, bitch was implied. I had said the D word, but it was all implied. And he comes in. He keeps waving me through. So, but I don't want to like. Part of me is like I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to like walk past him. Whatever reason, like I don't know if he's going to look at my ass. I don't want to like give him the opportunity to like just whatever. So I walked in the room like sideways, like. And now we're just facing each other the whole time. And he goes, "Have a nice day." Again, like I was in a store I didn't belong in or something. But the problem with a dentist's office now, you're not like in an exam room. You have dividers. So we are side by side with just drywall. Open air drywall. And I don't have the ring on. I should have put it on. But I actually have an FU ring that I wear. It's a big black Mexican onyx that I wear.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I feel like I should probably get it for you. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it for you. So I'm in the chair and I tell my hygienist what had happened, right? And I hear him like making noise in the room next to us. and I drop my hand, and I decide that I'm just going to hold it in the event that he's walking by and he can see me, and I just do this the whole time.
Oh.
And the hygienist leans in and she goes, "I love you."
Aw.
Because I feel like a lot of women are just like, we're not taking it. And sorry guys, again, if it's not you, you're gonna have to carry the brunt of us who are just done. So I'm in the chair for my dentist was late, and I don't know why, but for 35 minutes I was in that chair without any work being done. So I was in that chair for 35 minutes longer than BMW. That's my car you're standing by. Leaves. I finish up. I walk out, and he's in his car waiting for me.
Oh God!
What?
Oh, jeez.
Yep. He was waiting for me, and I backed it back into the office. And now I'm still the crazy one because none of these girls saw anything other than "Have a nice day."
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do. So I'm just like, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna wait until this guy leaves. I don't care how long it takes. I'm not waiting for BMW. It was a BMW, by the way. Of course it was a BMW.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Only I see one of the hygienists come out, and she's wearing a jacket, clearly leaving for a few minutes for coffee or whatever. And at the door coming toward us, I can't write this well, you guys. Chicago police officer in full SWAT gear. And I turn to the hygienist and I go, "I am so sorry." And I turn to him and I go, "Please walk me to my car." And I told him exactly what had happened. He goes, "You're doing the right thing." He goes, "Let's just walk and pretend like we're just really good friends." So we walk by BMW guy, and I didn't need to do this, but I was like, and I pointed at SWAT guy. I'm like, like, what was this guy gonna do? Like, jump out? I mean, like, what is the? I mean, I know that I escalate things, but what was he planning? I kind of wish that I knew, so I can give you more of the story. But I think SWAT guy is a good way to end.
That's very good.
That's a great one.
I think Liz is right. He was going to follow you home.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Thanksgiving, Patty.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm glad I made it to Thanksgiving. I'm glad those of us here made it. Yes.
And just so you're mad at the right
60-year-old men
man.
with blue eyes.
They were sort of a grayish, like gray, like really. They were super creepy. Yours not.
Just so you're mad at the right mayor, it was Dick II that stole off the parking meters before
Daily?
It was
Oh, I'm sorry,
before- it was
Daily. You're right.
Daily.
I'm sorry. And not only that, not only the Daily. Thank you. I'm mad about Rahm Emanuel about other things because they're thinking about him for the DNC. Thank you for that, Kevin. Daily. Not only did he sell them off, he now works for the law firm that wrote the contract, the ironclad contract.
God.
Oh, God.
God.
That for our
does.
meters. Yes. Thank you
And
for
he
the
I
sold
reminder.
love
the bridge.
Chicago.
And he sold the bridge.
Mhm.
The Skyway. Yes, he sold the Indiana Skyway to also. I believe that was was that an Arab? I can't remember if it was Arab Emirates or anyway.
I don't
Yes.
remember who, but he sold that bad boy off too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The city was sold by Mayor Daley. So good night, everybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
gotta love Chicago politics.
Yes.
But I think, Patty, I think we're all agree that you don't hold your cards too close to your vest. So
No, I don't. I don't have poker face. Hold on.
Not
Here's
a
how
lot of
short my hair is,
bluffing
by the
going
way.
on with we know exactly.
Oh.
What's going on.
Yes. We got 4 more years of big, powerful tools, so I'm glad
Yes.
you're with us.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Still
Yeah.
looks
nickname,
wonderful
powerful
and it's
tool.
longer
Thank you.
than most.
All right.
So,
Yay,
Thanks, Patty.
Patty.
Thanks,
Oh
Patty.
my God. Oh my God. Look who it is. Look who it is. It's Andy Corwin.
Yay, Colin, hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Andy.
yeah.
Andy, it's so weird. You were just telling me that you're going to sing your new song about how you drove your BMW to the dentist. This is.
I was, but I can't. I don't know how to make a segue from that.
Well, you'll think of something. We're
I'll
very
think of
glad you're
something.
back on the. Yes, Andy.
Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank
Hello,
you so
everybody.
much for doing this. I think this is like your 4th or 5th time. We're always excited when you're on.
Yeah, we are.
For those of you who don't know, Andy and I are an on-again, off-again duo called Actual Size. And, we'll do this again someday. Someday we'll do it.
Celebrating 21 years of being occasionally together.
That's right. It's a perfect marriage. We see each other once every 2 years.
We started that in 2003.
That's right.
Wow.
All right. You know the drill here. We're going to play a little intro for you. Then you sing a song. I don't know what you're going to do. Then I have to answer it.
I don't know yet either.
And then you'll do another one after that. So here we go.
It's our musical guest Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest, our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest. Andy Corwin, he baffles science.
Hey.
So, whenever November 25th rolls around every year, it always reminds me that there's only 81 shopping days left till Valentine's Day. And so I thought I would do a love song for a change, because I don't do very many love songs. Because I suck at love songs, actually. And here's proof of that. If I was you, I wouldn't stay with me. I'd take this opportunity to flee. What?
Hey, who's that? Who got the radio on? I got it. Sorry, Andy. Please start again.
Oh, I thought somebody was telling me that the guitar was too loud.
No.
No.
All right, so you're going to have to sit through the first 8 bars again.
All right.
That. If I was you, I wouldn't stay with me. I'd take this opportunity to flee. Find an entirely different place to be. If I was you, I wouldn't stay with me. If I was you, I wouldn't stick around. I'd hop aboard the next bus out of town. Change my name to a different proper noun. If I was you, I wouldn't stick around. No, I wouldn't stick around for more abuse. I would throw my hands up and say, what's the use? I'd call up all the airlines for a schedule of their flights and get myself a stylish set of matching Samsonites. If I was you, I'd leave me right away. I wouldn't stick around for one more day. Instead of turning prematurely gray. If I was you, I'd leave me right away. Instrumental here. If I had a band, they'd play the instrumental part right here. Instrumental here. Oh, I'd leave me right away. Oh, yes, I would. I would take this opportunity to stick it to me good. I'd hastily embark on a long overdue journey and leave the details in the hands of my attorney. If I was you, I'd kick it into gear, 'cause you ain't gonna find what you want here. But before you go, would you get me another beer? Thanks, darling. If I was you, I would. If I was you, I would. If I was you, I would stay with me.
That's our boy.
Thank you,
That's
music
right.
lovers.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. I was kind of picking up on the theme there of love, and then I thought, wait, no. The real theme here is leaving. It's about leaving. So I thought I'd do a song about leaving something. And anybody here work a regular job? My condolences. I've had many a job and been fired from them all. And this is my song about working a stupid, lousy, crummy, hate myself, want to kill myself job. I love my job, and I will never, ever, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. I love to work, work. I love that guy who hired me, that stinky, stupid jerk. I love my stupid cubicle and zero privacy, and I really love my coworkers who live to bother me. I love the office coffee, it's a special vomit brew. I love the office copier from 1982. I love to park a mile away when I'm pulling all night out. And someone tell me, what the hell is FICA? I love my job, and I will never, ever, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. I teach the latest software to the elderly, and then I train the youngsters who'll take my job from me. My computer is so ancient that it has a floppy drive and Windows 95. Scrolling 95. I love the office restroom. It's always squeaky clean. I wave and beg the stupid paper towel machine. The motion sensor faucet works so perfectly. Not. And the toilet likes to flush mid-squat. I love my job, and I will never, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it. Key change! In the elevator, I tell a naughty joke. I offend a 20-something. Turns out she's the CEO. So I'm scrubbing her Mercedes, smooching up her rear to my... up her rear to more years of pension, till pension. And I'm out of here! Always rehearse before these things. I love to go to Staples where I pay for Post-it notes. I love it. I could die right here and nobody would know. Everyone's a corporate slacking, whining millennial. And I'd quit. What rhymes with millennial?
I don't have the genitals.
Have the genitals. Job, and I will never, ever leave it. I love my job, and I'll keep saying it till I believe it.
That's how I felt about my job before they fired me.
I remember that.
From Andrew Corwin.
I remember that. So we used to do that song, Steve, right?
We used to do that song.
We used to. And, you know, 21 years ago, we got together to do some performance. And we had this little, I wrote this song. And the title of the song, I told Steve, originally, before I wrote the song, I thought it was a good name for a band. And he liked it as a name for the band. I said, well, then we're going to have to stop playing the song if it's the name of our band. But we just said, Steve talked me into it. It was the name of the band, and it was our signature song.
And it's a waltz.
I never claimed to be well endowed. There ain't nothing that makes me stand out from the crowd. It ain't my intention to tell you some lies or to misrepresent my actual size. Actual size. I try to be honest when I advertise, 'cause I don't want it to be a surprise if you feast your eyes on my actual size. There was this girl that I dated last fall. She told me that size didn't matter at all. But when I applauded her for what she said, she added, except of course when you're in bed. Actual size. Hey, let's hear it for average guys. I didn't come here to proselytize, just to speak up in favor of actual size. Everybody walks. Well, yeah, I'll admit the temptation is there to exaggerate what's in your underwear. But if you think you need to conceal all your flaws, you're just like them women that wear padded bras. Actual size. There ain't no reason to wear a disguise. Be proud of your, and don't stigmatize yourself for being actual size. Actual size. Beauty resides in the beholder's eyes. Let all of them other dumb jocks fantasize. Stand erect and be proud of your actual size.
He's measuring up.
it actually it pleases me a great deal to announce that song is recently nominated for a Grammy.
Really?
Wow.
Which isn't true, but it pleases me to announce.
With all this talk tonight, I'm thinking of getting a BMW.
There you go. Thanks for listening,
Thank
America.
you, Owen. Where can we hear you playing live in real life or on the internet or both?
Green Valley, Arizona,
with the Limelighters?
January with the Limelighters. Yeah,
excellent. That's fantastic.
Wow.
Let's all go to Arizona in January.
Yeah.
And that song you can get on Measuring Up at Steve Goodie at Bandcamp.
Wow.
Wow.
May not have a lot of fans, but they're dedicated, by God.
That's the next CD I'll get, of course.
All right. Thank you, Andy. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm adding Lawrence.
What? Well, there he is.
Hey, man.
I want to add one more thing. And there's not a lot of women you can say this about, and they'll take it as a compliment. But my God, Chuck, you look like Weird Al tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chuck's got a little Weird Al thing going.
And, Jeff looks like Bermuda a few years back. All right, that
looks like her manager.
Only had a stick.
All right,
Thomas.
Why is Andy still here?
I don't know.
Because we like him.
We love him.
We like Andy.
We love it.
Yeah, that must be why.
But Lawrence, do you have a BMW?
I do not, man.
What are you driving these days?
I've got a 2005 Honda Big Ruckus motor scooter. 250. I drive that bastard everywhere.
What's
And
a
I've
Big
got a
Ruckus motor
2005
scooter?
Jeep.
What is that?
Yeah, does it come with a cup holder?
It's I tell you what, it's this weird motor scooter. It's a 250, so it's big enough for me.
Yeah.
And it's got a huge front wheel. And every time I take it to the shop, the scooter place puts it online. It says, we got a Big Ruckus in the shop, and I get about 20 people that want to buy it. Because
Wow.
they don't make them anymore. And it's a great little vehicle. It's called a Honda Big Ruckus.
What do you do in the rain?
That's great.
I drive my Jeep and put the top.
Oh, you got a Jeep.
I don't
Okay.
go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you acted like you were just scooting around on this Ruckus.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking about it because I might sell my Jeep and just, to save on it. I don't drive it that much. I live at the beach, man.
Yeah,
that's
true.
I'm looking at my picture. I'm just looking at my frame on this thing, and I look like Dickie Palmer 15 years ago. Starting to look like Dickie Palmer, which is not a bad thing. I love Dickie.
Yeah, no,
thing. Although Dickie Palmer never made his bed, so.
Oh yeah.
No.
Your guest room. You're ready to. By the way, that room's for rent. Anybody wants? 3,500 a night. It's fantastic.
You know the drill here, Lawrence. We're going to play an intro, then you give us 10 minutes of awesomeness, and then we'll tell you how great you are.
All right, cool.
Here we go.
It's time for a big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
Lawrence Thomas. Damn, let me take off these glasses. You can't see it. Reflecting myself. Patti Vasquez kills me. She's so beautiful, man. Look at that skin. That's the thing. I'm old. I'm never going to have a woman with skin that good again. My biggest regret. Getting old, man. And you can't do anything about it. And somebody the other day said, you look good for 60. Like saying, well, you can barely taste the dog poop in this, you know? The other person's eyes, so it's because fat stretches out wrinkles. And then I told my gay friend that, and he goes, that's what we say in the community. You got to pick your ass or your face. You have obviously picked your face.
Yeah.
My birthday's in a month, man. I'll be 62.
Oh,
Youngster. Years old, man. So it's kind of a different thing. I've learned things. They say old people are the people who are always in wrecks. That's because we don't want to turn our heads, man. I'm going to turn my head to the right or left when I know it might get stuck. I'm just going to merge. I'm an old person. I'll get blamed for it. Don't ever
don't ever, while you're making the bed and tucking in the bottom sheets, sneeze at the same time as you're doing that. Something in your body will pop for sure. Won't come out of your body, but something has snapped internally. It'll be rattling around in there for years, and you'll never. What happened? Were you in the war? No. Motorcycle accident? No. I sneezed while I was putting the sheets on the bed. So you're asking me about this. I went on a Hinge date today. Oh my God. Internet dating at my age is just stupid. First of all, these women show up, and you're like, "Took your picture, Ansel Adams." Sure did some magic with light and shadow. Let me tell you, I didn't even know you could hide a goiter that big. See, I told you I'm old. I'm doing a goiter joke.
Jokes.
Goiter jokes.
Yes. Throw some
That's a
gouty
lack of
in.
iodine joke right there. But
It's a Cheerio.
Hey, bringing back bits I can't even remember.
It's benign. Right, go ahead.
Yeah, it's and I don't know, the whole dating thing at my age is weird anyway. And I don't lie to you, I'm like, I tell you right up front, hey, I'm kind of a fat guy. How am I gonna lie my way out of this? Like, well, on the way to the date, I caught that COVID and I broke out in a case of the swellsies. I'm pretty sure with proper diet and exercise, I ought to be cured in about a year and a half, 2 years. I'll be right back where I wanted to be. And I don't know. Everything. For some reason, all your first date has to be coffee. I don't know why. You want to go to a movie? No coffee. You want to have a cocktail? No coffee. You want to get in my private jet and fly to Jerusalem and see where Jesus is on the cross? No coffee. I don't know about you, but coffee makes me poop. All I'm saying is you're going to be alone for part of this date. You can play words with friends for me in the bathroom. I don't know. But, so I'm divorced and I'm dating again. And, so this woman I went out with, I think because you talk for so long on the internet before you actually get to meet, all the mystery's gone. You've already talked about everything you do. So now you go meet this person and they'll just, they just say whatever you want. I'm like, well, that's fine. But, have a little decorum. I was on this date at the Coffee Bean on Sunset Boulevard, and I come out of the bathroom and I walk over and we're talking. We hadn't been talking for 2 minutes. And so the woman looks at me, she goes, do you have any fetishes? Yeah, vaginas. Look at me. Do you think I get it enough that I'm bored? I'll do whatever you want. I don't care. Roll around in mayonnaise, cluck like a chicken. I don't care. I'm desperate is what I'm saying, or I wouldn't be on a website. So I live in that, like Steve was saying, I live in Manhattan Beach, California. And it's a crazy town that puts unreal expectations on women. Every single woman in my daughter's school was an outrageous MILF, about 6'2", with a giant fake rack and fake lips and fake eye. Everything was, I had this done, I had this done, I had this moved over, I got these put in, I'm having a sconce put right here. And it was like, just chop your head off. You're not happy. Just get rid of the damn thing, But I'm sure there's some doctor in Beverly Hills to figure out a way to sew some lips in the middle of their neck so they can still bitch at you. Hey, Steve knows my ex-wife. My ex-wife was a beautiful young lady. Not young at the time, but I mean, we were, And one time she was like, "Mom, my body's falling apart." Like, hey, you look pretty good to me. What do you want? She goes, "Oh, my boobs are 2 different sizes." Like, well, think about like your Nemo. You got a lucky boob. She didn't like that. So.
She didn't like that.
Not
I
at all.
cannot believe she didn't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Comparing your wife's breast to A clownfish, I believe it. So I don't know. I've lived this town up, and I was married for. We lived together for 3, and then I was married for 16 years, man. And you're with the same person for 16 years. I mean, come on, sex. I mean, you know what they like and they know what you like. And, you can phone it in sometimes. Oh, yeah, this is great. You're wonderful. You're killing me. Stop it. How can I take it? I got my CPAP machine on. Who's the sexy space man? Hey, you want a little shot of air? Psh, there you go. That's cool. I don't know. But I live in Manhattan Beach. It's pretty cool, but it's it's a bougie town. There's a lot of rich people, man. The house down the street from me went for $36 million. Come on, man. But anyway, and they got this whole thing. The kids get 2 spring breaks. Yeah, it's just because rich people decided they would go skiing up to Mammoth every year on President's Day weekend, and they would leave it. So then they started leaving a day early so they could beat the traffic, and then they started coming back a day late so they could beat the traffic. And then they went 2 days because they wanted to beat those people who were beating the traffic. It's just ridiculous. So finally, the school system just closed down the whole week of President's Day weekend. It's called Ski Week. And I'm from Kentucky. I have no business being on a mountain unless I'm digging coal out of it. Okay? But my daughter in the 3rd grade wants to go learn how to snowboard. So I take her and her friend up to Mammoth Mountain to go snowboarding and skiing. And it was just, at first, I should have known it was a bad idea as soon as I got to the parking lot, because everybody in the parking lot looks good. They're sexy and hot, and they're wearing tight clothes. And I don't know how you can be warm in tight clothes, but they're wearing tight clothes, man. And they're like, I'm wearing everything natural fiber that's puffy and big. I look like I should be training attack dogs for state troopers. Corduroy on and like long underwear, the old kind, and I'm just like, and these people all had Adam's apples. All the dudes had big Adams. I hate people with Adam's apples. Go to hell, But anyway, so we're walking through the parking lot. And we get to we go to the bunny slope, and I don't know if the bunny slope at Mammoth Mountain. It's like the first 20 minutes of the movie Saving Private Ryan. There's bunnies everywhere, people laying around. My daughter's belly on across the snow. Give me daddy. I can't get to you. I can't get to you. The other kid's like, Mr. Thomas. I'm like, go to hell. You're not my kid. So we finally get partway down the mountain, and one dragging a snowboard, and there's like a little hut in the middle of the mountain. It's got like a coffee shop and 2 bathrooms. And my daughter's like, Daddy, I gotta pee. I'm like, I gotta pee too. So we run over to the bathroom, I'm trying to get her clothes off, the zipper undone and all that. And I finally get her all to the zip, and I push her into the bathroom, and she runs in there. And by that time, I'm about to bust, man. I'm like trying to unzip and unbutton and everything, and pull my gloves off. And finally, I just said, "To hell with it," and I peed in my pants. Oh, that's warm. My daughter comes out and goes, I don't think I want to go ski anymore, Daddy. I go, that me either. Let's just go to the lodge and play Miss Pac-Man. How about that? I don't know, man. But it's a crazy thing out here. I don't know, man. Like I said, I like it though. People are leaving California. All the conservatives, people are leaving California. I'm like, good, go away. Maybe my rent will go down. It's I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting old. I work out, but it just doesn't seem to work anymore. That's when women get old. Their bra gets longer and their underwear gets longer. And eventually they're just wrapped in like a white cotton cocoon. There's like a stripe of flesh this big in between the top of the panty and the bottom of the bra. I've got a sunburn. They look like a Tylenol walking around. I don't know, man. I'm just guys. Men, our scrotums get long. That's what happens now. Nothing attractive about that. What the hell? I heard this woman was working out at the gym, and heard this whimpering come out of the stall. And I went in, and I was like, there's this old man, and he was practically in tears, and he couldn't get up because his scrotum was caught between the seat and the bowl.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, sir, I'd like to help you up, but I really don't know where to touch you. Uh, this bit is going nowhere. I haven't done this bit in so long. And I got into it. I'm like, what is this? And I was like, I'm trying to grab the. I'm like, I think the hips would be the natural place, but that liver spot's freaking me out. That's why they wouldn't let John Glenn go on a spacewalk. Remember that? He was like 85 years old, and he went into outer space, and he was supposed to do a spacewalk, and they wouldn't let him because he was too old. They were afraid to get out there, and his balls would float up in front of his visor, and he'd be like, I'm being attacked by giant space peaches. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Giant Space Peaches is the name of my next clip.
That is a great band.
That last bit, man, I was flailing, man.
That's a great band name, Giant Space Peaches.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
I'm playing ukulele. I don't care what everybody else is doing.
There you go.
God. I want to be in the Giant Space Peaches. So how old is your daughter now?
She'll be 26 the same day I turn 30. I mean, she'll be 26 the same day I turn 62.
Oh, 26. What's she doing?
She is going. So she was big. Like they had invited her to join Upright Citizens Brigade as part of the thing. And then when the world shut down, she lost all that. And she's got long COVID. And so she passes out. She's got postural orthostatic tachycardia.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
They're working on it. She's like at USC. They went to USC, and she was part of their study. And like she gets migraines from, all this. But anyway, so she is, she's acting and writing and doing she wants to start all her life. She's like, I don't want to do stand up. And then now she's like, I think I want to do stand up. I go, let's do it, And she just decided to go back to college and get a degree while she's pursuing comedy and acting and writing. She's a brilliant writer. To get a degree in early childhood development. So she can teach improv and comedy and stuff like that to these rich people's kids. And after school,
this, send her back to the old alma mater.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I'd love to have her go back east.
My wife she could be right in the education. My wife's right there in the education department at WKU. You could send her right back.
There you go, man.
We got a deal. Matter of fact, does she have a degree now?
No. She skipped. I was like, when she was directing a scene from the producers her senior year, she went to this bougie high school where they spend as much money on the theater department as they do on the high school, on the football team. So she's up there, and all these kids are going, hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm going to be at Cal State Berkeley next year, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm then, and my daughter stands up. She goes, my name's Hadley. I'm directing a scene from the producers because Mel Brooks is my hero. And next year, I'm going to be writing and acting. I'll go back. I mean, in this town, everybody goes to college, and she said, I'm not going to go.
Hell yes. And she plays her cards right in 20 years. She can be on this show.
Exactly. I blame Dan Rosen. You know Dan Rosen?
Vaguely.
Big comic. He was like, what are you going to college for? You want to be a comic and an actor? I'm like, what are you doing? You're killing me.
I thank God every day I went to college. So tell her to go to Western. I think that'd be great.
Man, I'm a fan. Playing the Cats tomorrow night.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And they're not doing too bad. So, although I went to IU and they just got beat. So, okay. Well, that's cool. So what are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing your,
I'm starting to do a lot more comedy than I was. I've been going on a bunch of auditions. I'm doing a show tomorrow night at the, I forget the name. There's a club in Santa Monica, the Canal Club or something like that. I do ponchos across the street last week. I was working with Ali Wong across the street.
Wow. Great.
I feel like the comedy's back, man. It's just, getting out there and doing it again for me. I mean, the business isn't the way it used to be, of course, but it's different. My shows are strong, man. So,
So Ali, was Bill Hader there? Isn't she dating Bill Hader?
Yeah, she's in love with Bill Hader. She's working on I don't think I'm supposed to I wasn't supposed to say all that. Anyway, I've seen her, and I'm not telling you where I worked with her. But
hey, we just got a big scoop.
Yeah. Well, this is an NDA exception zone. Everybody knows that.
Anyway, I saw her at a club and talking to her a little bit. And so, I mean, it's just trying to do comedy, trying to be creative, and at the same time, I run an Airbnb, a blonde from the beach. I still bartend some, act some. Somehow I've had an ocean view for 24 years out here.
Yeah.
I bought a building in Kentucky that I've been going back and forth working on and stuff.
You bought
like
a building in Kentucky. What kind of building?
Just a duplex. I bought my sister out of our half of the duplex.
Oh, a duplex. When you say a building,
And then I put another apartment in the attic, and let me just say, if you're a contractor, go to hell.
Is that the FU ring, sir? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, that's enough.
Thomas.
That's it. That was amazing, everybody.
That was amazing.
And I need to find
Thank you very much.
I found you, and now you're gone.
Hey, guess what? It's time for this.
Oh,
I'm excited.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
Last week we had a big reunion here in Nashville. My friend Kathy Redwine came back from Oregon. She moved over to Oregon in 2018, breaking up the band that she was half of called the Redwine Effect. And it made us all sad that she went away. Well, she came back and the band had a reunion. I'm a sideman in the Redwine Effect. I call myself a side effect. Thank you. And we did the songs. We went out. We had a little tour last week. We had 3 dates. We only had 2, but hey, 2 is better than nothing. And we played our little songs for people who love them. And of course, we're riding around in an RV like it's a tour bus. And I'm just coming up with parody lyrics for our songs. Well, I'd like to share with you a little montage of images from this tour and past tours, and a little bit of a song that they do called "Pretty Tonight." This is all mom soft rock songs. We say things like, "Who's ready to soft rock their world?" Songs about raising kids and having jobs and drinking wine. And so here's this is a bit of one of their songs, and then I'll do my little parody of it. It's exciting.
We'll find a dark corner where we can trade I love you. And the waiter will pass right on by, 'cause he'll see that we're preoccupied. We'll fall in love again by candlelight. I just wanna feel pretty tonight. Maybe dinner and dancing.
Okay, that's enough of that. They got really nice harmonies and stuff, and it's just nice to play music with them. Okay, so I rewrote their song. That song, as you could tell, is about falling in love again. The relationship might have got a little bit stale, and going out and making her feel pretty. Well, that was from the point of view of her. This is from the point of view of the waiter. At our favorite cafe, we're nonstop PDA. We think we're so darn cute, getting it on in plain view. So the waiter keeps passing on by, 'cause we're so gross he won't look us in the eye. Right now he's spitting in our food, I guarantee. So our dinner's all spitty tonight. 'Cause this place is so fancy, we're in each other's pants. We make everyone puke with inside. Holding hands, well that's one thing, but we're semi-nude, canoodling, ruining everyone's damn appetite. And our dinner's all spitty tonight. Thank you. Okay.
Play the thing.
Oh yeah, I gotta do another thing. It's time to beg for money. Let's beg for money.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover for a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
This has never worked. Go to virtualcomedyshow.com. Click donate to comedians. Okay, that's done. We've got a special guest doing the worst joke.
That's right, but I think we can beg a little bit more. Please send us money. Click the yellow button. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Where's Carla?
Doesn't
She's
work.
around here somewhere.
I got it. Well, now you
there
just
she is.
gave it up. You just gave up the trick.
I did.
Play worst
Oh,
joke.
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. Well, we should come to meetings. Is what we should do.
I know. We should have a
Worst
meeting.
joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke.
Boo! That was the worst joke ever!
I like getting booed before I even tell the joke. Feels like home.
Welcome,
A man brought 1,000 mice, fancy domesticated mice, 1,000 to an animal shelter in New Hampshire. They were worried about what they were going to do with them, but they were immediately adopted by the shelter's cats.
Good night, everybody.
Wait, no, wait. Wait.
Hey, that was the virtual comedy show. We learned
Starlight.
stuff you didn't need to know. Like Steve likes Larry more than Curly and Moe. That's what you get when you watch this show. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We appreciate your support of the virtual comedy show. With a budget of nada, nothing zero, we're a little less fancy than HBO. Still, every Monday is the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com.
That's not what you're supposed to do.